Welcome to AP1. This is the online orientation and it's designed to help you to navigate Blackboard and finish the lecture, finish the test. This class in the summer is 100% online. You need to have your electrical device and study the materials through Blackboard, and you take the test through the Blackboard. And when you go to the Blackboard, you click this class. So the class is here. And all the class materials are here, and your grades is here. So first, let's look at the syllabus. You click the syllabus, and you download it so you can find the syllabus. And the syllabus look like this. I'll leave most of them to you, and you have to go through it and know my class policy. My email, the best way to contact me is through email, and so far I have a lot of you email me already. So this class is designed for the lecture time and the lab time, so from 6 to 9 p.m. I'll leave most of them to you. Let's look at three things. The first one, the textbook. And this is the textbook we use. So every time we have the lecture and we have the reading material, you will see it in the last page of the syllabus. And you are required to finish the reading material of the textbook, and it's based on this textbook. I give you the recommended atlas. This is for the lab. And on the lab is mainly you are the driver. I don't teach too much about the lab. The same for the on-campus lab. So on campus, during the lab time, I will tell the class, okay, this is the lab. I will explain for about 3 to 5 minutes how the lab go, and I will say, I will turn you loose. And during those 80 minutes, you and your lab mates, you work together and go through the whole lab, master the lab materials. And so in the lab part, you are the driver. And for the online lecture, I will give you the introductions, a short video for the introduction, and you are required to master those material. And you want to become a nurse is very important. You can learn independently, learn how to teach yourself, and that's the lab. So the atlas, it will help you for the lab. In some lab menu, you find it will tell you the page from page 25 to 35, and that's the lab. That's the lab atlas. If you don't have atlas, you'll be fine. You can find the picture in the lab. And the atlas, it costs you about $30 to $40, depends on where you purchase it. And I put it on recommended. So if you decide you don't want to buy it, you don't have to. You can use the book. Let's look at the grading system, how to get an A in this class. In this class, we have 5 different units. And every unit, we have one lecture test, which is made of multiple choice only. And we have one lab practical, which is made of fill the blank. So every time you have 100 points from your lecture and 25 points from your lab practical. So for every unit, you can have 125 points. And we have 5 units. When I calculate your grade, I only count 4 out of 5. So it gives you a little bit flexibility. Students can screw up once in my class and still get A, but only once. So if you have schedule conflicts, you can look at the schedule, and the exam time are synchronized with the schedule. So you can miss once, but you cannot miss twice. So I need to be fair to the whole class. I need to set the rule very, very clear. So I only count 4 out of 5. And every unit, you can have 125 points, 100 from the lecture, 25 points from the lab. So I only count 4 of them, which is 500 points. So 125 multiplied 4 is 150. And to get A, you need to master 90% of the material. So 500 multiplied by 90%, that's how I come up with 450. So that's the criteria to get A. And for 80%, 400 get a B, and keep going. So that's the criteria. The lecture test, multiple choice only. So you will go to the Blackboard, we will look at the test later, and we have 35 questions multiple choice. Based on my experience, students only take about 30 to 40 minutes to finish the lecture test. And the test is designed, the 35 questions randomly show up. And every time students select the answer, the question will be locked. So you are not allowed to go back to change your answer. I designed it this way to avoid cheating. So during the test, you look at the question, you take your time, you have enough time. You take your time, you choose your best answer, and never go back. So all the class take the exam synchronously at the same time. I give you 60 minutes, so the student require extended time, feel comfortable finish the test. And the test time is synchronized, so your class is supposed to start from 6 to 7:20. So I put the exam time from 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. Usually students finish it a little bit earlier. You can take a short break. Then we can have the lab practical. So the day you can have the lecture test is the same day you have the lab practical. After you finish the test, the last time you can finish is 7 p.m. You finish this, then the lab practical starts from 7 p.m. So it's designed efficiently for you to finish the whole test and you're done. The lab practical, there are 25 questions, fill the blank. It's fill the blank, so your spelling must be correct. And it is important for anatomy. Anatomy, you're learning a new language. You need to be able to spell the word correctly. And those 25 questions randomly show up. So the same, you do your best, you fill in your answer, and you click, and then the question will be locked. You're not allowed to go back to change your answer. And I designed this way to avoid cheating for the same reason. And in the real on-campus lab practical, I give students one question for 1 minute. So 25 questions, that's enough. You have students usually take less than 25 minutes. Because the anatomy is, you can look at the question for 5 seconds, you know exactly what's the answer. If you don't know the answer, I can give you 5 hours, you still don't know the answer. So students have enough time to finish, and that's based on my real experience on the on-campus lab practical. And I give you 40 minutes, so you can you need to finish it before the 7:40 p.m. and you finish the test, and your grade will show up on the Blackboard. So that's the test policy. And let's look at the schedule. So all the others, I'll leave them to you. So that's the course schedule. We found every 5 to 6 lectures, we're gonna have one test. So this is the lecture day and the lab day. And the lectures and the labs, they're already on Blackboard. All the lecture pre-recorded. The lab instruction, the same pre-recorded, they're on Blackboard already. You can click it and download the materials and watch the materials. The exam day, they are synchronized. All the whole class take the exam on exactly the same time, which is on this day at 6 p.m. you take the exam 1. And at 7 p.m. you take lab practical 1. The exams are non-accumulative. If you screw up on this unit, for unit 2 you want to do well, you just need to master these materials for unit 2. And similar for units 3, 4, and 5. They are non-accumulative. And let's go back to the Blackboard. So the syllabus, you need to go through it, know my class policy. The lecture materials, let's click the lecture materials. It's organized by different unit. So from unit 1, you will click here, and the PowerPoint is here. This is the PowerPoint. You click, you download the PowerPoint. The lecture is designed for 70 minutes, and the lecture is pre-recorded, posted on the YouTube. So these two, they are for this lecture. You can click it and go to the link. And every lecture, the video is less than 15 minutes because I found students lose attention after 15 minutes. So you watch this video and you can take a short break, you finish watching it. And in the online lecture, I talk a little bit faster. And if you feel too much information, it's designed to efficiently finish the lecture. So I'll give you a lot of information during the lecture. If you feel like the lecture is too fast, remember, you can always pause and go back, watch this lecture as many times as you like. And for Unit 1 test, you need to master all this. During the exam time, the exam is here. So still the lecture materials, the lecture exam is under the lecture materials. Test 1 is here. You won't be able to see it, but it's here already. The test is only available on the 10th, 6 p.m. So you will go to this folder, and on this day and 6 p.m. suddenly disappear. And this test is only available from 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. And those 35 questions randomly show up. Every question 3 points. So you can maximally have 105 points. And you only need 90 points to get an A. So take your time. You click this and your exam start. You can start the exam, but you won't be able to start the exam during the exam day and exam time. All the class take the exam synchronously. And similar for Unit 2, materials are here, tests are here. So all the whole semester materials are here already. And the lectures pre-recorded, so it gives you some flexibility to finish the lecture, but the test, they are still synchronized. So you need to take the test exactly on the same time. And I count 4 out of 5 tests, so give you a little bit flexibility. So you can screw up once, or if you have schedule conflicts, you can miss one. And let's look at the lab. So all the lab materials, including the tests, are here. So you go to the lab materials, you click it, and all the lab menus, Unit 1 labs are here. And the test is here. So let's look at the lab menu. And the lab, I don't talk too much. You are the driver. I'll give you some introduction. So lab 1, anatomy, body language. Lab 2, still anatomy, different body part. You need to learn the official name of this, official name of your shoulder, official name of your forehead. They're all here. And during the lab practical, I will test you this. And the introduction for lab 1 and 2, they're here. So you can click this video, short video, tell you, okay, you're supposed to finish this. And the lab go hand in hand pretty well with the lecture. And you finish all these 6 labs. And the lab practical, they're here. So again, you won't be able to see it. Student only be able to see it on the test time. Test time, which is on this day, the 10th, from 7 p.m. to 7:40 p.m. So you're supposed to finish this lab practical during this time. And during the test time, at 7 p.m., you click it, and all the introductions are here. It tells you those questions randomly show up, and it will be locked after you select the answer. And you can start the test from here. And every time you finish the lecture test, the lab practicals, your grade will be calculated by Blackboard and will post it on here. So you have the grade center. When you click your grade center, full grade center, you can see your score. I'm the instructor, I see all of you, but you can only see yourself. So every time you finish the test, your test 1 score, your lab practical 1 score will appear here. And in the end of semester, you can look at this, the total. So say after you finish exam 4, and you can look at the total, take this number, divide by 500. If you are happy with your grade, well, you're done. And you can take exam 5, but your total points, of course, it will be higher if you take all the 5 exams. And you need to manually take out your lowest test score and the lab practical score, and then take that number, divide by 500, multiply 100% to calculate your percentage. Okay, so good luck with your learning. Hope you enjoy this class.